What is up, my friends? You are most welcome along to this Anfield Agenda transfer news roundup. We've gone through the media and the newspapers, finding the best stories we can to bring to you guys and, of course, ask you for your opinion. So over the next 8 or 10 minutes, I'm going to go through these 3 or 4 stories, putting it over to you guys in the chat to let me know if you agree or disagree or what your take is on the situation. Do drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, but most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to start off with Jeremy Frimpong, who is a name that we've been discussing quite a bit as fans, I think, not just on our channel, but I think the Liverpool fan base are looking at him as a potential option should Jurgen Klopp want to move Trent into midfield on a permanent basis. Well, there's an article today coming out of Spain that suggests that Liverpool, Arsenal and a couple of other clubs, Real Madrid being one of them, are interested in Jeremy Frimpong. The interesting part here is, though, Chelsea's valuation of him. Apparently 40 million euro is the number Chelsea think that he could be gotten for. Now, you'd have to look at this situation and think, in the January market, Xabi Alonso's not selling anybody. He and Leverkusen have made that statement already. None of the big players will be leaving there in the winter. So this seems to be a summer conversation. Now, Real Madrid need to bring in fullbacks. We know that. And I think if they move for Frimpong ahead of us, I think it would be difficult to turn the player's head. But if it isn't Real Madrid, then I think we should be at the conversation. 40 million euro seems very cheap for Frimpong. And yes, he's more of a right wing back than a natural right back. But if we are maybe going to tweak our system in the summer, who knows? This could be an option for Liverpool. I want to know your thoughts on the player. A 40 million euro, 23 years of age. Do you think it is a move Liverpool should look to try and be in the situation or try and be in the conversation for? Or do you think our needs are greater elsewhere? Really interested to hear your thoughts on that. The next topic that I want to bring to you guys today is around HINCAPIE. So again, I want to reiterate that Xabi Alonso and the Bayer Leverkusen board have stated that nobody will be leaving in the winter. So no Wirtz, no HINCAPIE, no Frimpong, nobody leaving. But that means we're going to be looking to the summer, right? And I have to say, if we're in the summer looking for Piero HINCAPIE, I think it'll go a little something like this. We'll see Inacio in the winter window. If we don't sign him, and I hope we do at this point, I feel like it will be because we're being sold the vision of HINCAPIE in the summer. I also feel like when we get to next summer, the rug will be pulled out from under us. So I don't think we'll see HINCAPIE at Liverpool. I don't want us to play the long game in the market. I want us to go into the January market and bring in somebody who is available. And we know that Gonzalo Inacio is available because he has the buyout clause and because there have been plenty of articles stating, coming out of Portugal, that it's almost imminent that he will leave Sporting Lisbon in the winter window. So I think our needs are now. We're in a title race now. We can't look to next season because we don't know what the market's going to be. We don't know what other teams are going to do. And we don't know if we'll be in a title race next season. But we are right now. So I think if we take for account that HINCAPIE won't be available, Inacio seems the obvious one for me. So on this one, I think we could lose out in the long term. And I'm negative on the potential of him joining Liverpool. But that's just my take. Maybe you think differently. Again, please feel free to let me know in the comments section. Real quick on this one, bit of chatter about Joe Gomez, Spurs being interested. I think we'd be mad to sell him, even at £60 million, because while I don't think he'll ever be a nailed-on starter in this Liverpool team week to week, I do feel that as somebody who can cover at right back, centre back and left back, it's madness to think about selling him. That versatility alone should be a reason to keep him. And of course, he signed a new contract last year. So with Joe Gomez, I think we can forget about the Tottenham stuff. I don't see it coming to fruition unless maybe the player himself feels like he wants to change. But if he signed a new deal, I don't think that's likely. And the last thing I want to bring up for you guys today is, in my opinion, one of the reasons that we need to still bow down to Michael Edwards. So Dominic Solanke is a player that has been linked with January moves because of his great goal scoring form with Bournemouth. But the interesting thing here, my friends, is that Liverpool still hold an interest in Dominic Solanke. What I mean by that is, not only did Michael Edwards get us the £19 million plus add-ons when Solanke was sold to Bournemouth, but we also have a 20% sell-on clause there, meaning if Arsenal or anybody else should come in to sign him, Liverpool will be quids in. The good news doesn't stop there, though, because not only did he see in his infinite wisdom a reason to put that in, apparently there's also a clause in there that gives Liverpool the first buyback option, should indeed we want to sign Dominic Solanke. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is another reason to feel grateful, shall we say, for Michael Edwards and the great work that he's done. A couple of other little interesting stats, a bit on Gonçalo Inácio, this coming in again from Portugal. They say the exit of Gonçalo Inácio in January is starting to look inevitable as Liverpool and Arsenal are pushing for his signature. Now, looking at this from the outside, two things strike me. One, as I've said all along, I think our need is greater for Inácio than Arsenal. I think we can give him a quicker route into the starting 11 perhaps than Arsenal. And I also think that in a financial situation, Arsenal have to put their eggs into the striker basket. And this is why I want Liverpool to act quickly. If indeed we do want Inácio, and look, there's lots of links this week and last week saying that Liverpool are in the race for him. If indeed we do want them, I don't think we can mess about. I don't think we can let this one drag on into the latter part of the transfer window because we need him right now. So don't give Arsenal a chance to regather, to sell some players, to mix it up. We need to get this kid in early doors in the window and then let Arsenal worry about what they need to do. We need to do what we did with Diaz. If we had plans that were for next summer, move them forward, get it done, bring the player in. That's my take on the Inácio situation. It looks like 60 million euro is going to have to be paid, whether Lisbon can do a deal on how that's paid or how it's structured. Perhaps the conversation's there to be had. On top of that, though, I don't really see too many outgoings coming up in this window. There's a conversation to be had about what happens with Nat Phillips. Of course, his loan at Celtic comes to an end in January. Reece Williams will be brought back from Aberdeen because he's not playing much football there. Other than that, I don't think there's too much more, and I wouldn't expect too many more outgoings to be had. But I do hope, and this is where I guess I'm going with this whole video, I don't think we can accept as fans anything from FSG that says money isn't available in this window. It is available. We know the money is there. Look at it this way. They had £115 million to spend on Caicedo. Granted, we didn't sign Caicedo. We did bring in Gravenberch. We did bring in Endo. So we spent some of the money. But we know that there was an availability of money there and for the right player. And right now, we're in a title race. We've had a centre-back do an ACL. He's out for the season. It's common sense that we need to do it now. So of all the stuff we've put up with over the years from FSG, they can't pull the cheap card in this window because we know the money is there. So the obvious thing to do, and I think the rational thing to do, is to give Jurgen Klopp those funds, let the man go out and bring in who he needs to, and deliver us another league title, because that's what's at stake here. Another league title for Liverpool. I want us to win it, and I want us to win it while it's on offer, which is right now when we're in a good position. So it's over to you guys now. Let us know your thoughts on everything we've spoken about. Gomez, Inácio, Solanke, Frimpong, and any other subjects that you'd like to put into the chat. I will read through them. Thank you for your time. Again, we'll be live tomorrow, same time, same place, videos, and of course everything building up to that massive game on January the 1st against Newcastle, our first of 2024, and we will be live here from 7 p.m. for it. Thank you guys. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday period. Thank you for your support of the channel, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.